Good morning, guys. I welcome you all of you here in lecture number 7, part A. We are going to start the measurement of resistances. Okay, so in the last lectures we have studied many topics. Okay, you can go through like those lecture 6. Now in this lecture number 7, we are going to start the measurement of resistance. Before it, you have to understand the classification of the resistances. Okay, so according to the values of the resistances are classified into 3 categories. The first category is low resistance. Okay, the second category is medium resistances, and the third category is high resistance. Low resistance, medium resistance, and high resistance. Okay, the values of the low resistance is lying under whenever the value of any resistance is lower than 1 ohm, then it comes into category of first, like low resistance. Whenever the value of resistance is greater than 1 ohm but less than 100 kilo ohm, that resistance will come into this category. That is, if the resistance value is more than 1 ohm but less than 100 kilo ohm, and the third one is when the resistance value is more than 100 kilo ohm. So these are the 3 categories of the measurement of resistances. Okay, so each category has its own ways to measure the resistance. Okay, for the low category there are different methods, for the medium category there is a different method, and for high category, like resistance of the insulating cables, okay, insulation of the cables, insulating of the windings under the transformers, motors, generators. Okay, there are various methods are available for high resistance also. But firstly we have to cover the methods to measure the low resistance value. Okay, for the methods of low resistance value is, first I'm talking about the method which are used to measure the low resistance value. First method is the first method that is used to measure the low resistance, that is ammeter voltmeter method. Another one is Kelvin's double bridge. The third one is potentiometer method. So you know very well that what is the resistance? It is the ratio of voltage to current. Voltage is measured by voltmeter, current is measured by ammeter. So this is the method. I think you have got an idea what is actually AV method. But into this there are two other classifications are available. Whenever the ammeter is connected near to the load, whenever the voltmeter is connected near to the load, you know, you will understand what I was trying to say. Okay, in this method, then Kelvin's double bridge method is also available. Potentiometer method is also available. First we will understand the ammeter voltmeter method. This is ammeter voltmeter method, and in this method first we are going to connect ammeter near to the load. This is the actually circuit diagram for this method. You know very well that either you can connect ammeter near to the load resistance, either you can connect the voltmeter near to the resistance. Okay, that is to be measured. So in first case I have connected ammeter near to load resistance. This is our first case. When voltmeter is connected near to the load. In this situation there will be different condition, and in next situation there will be different conditions. Okay, so in this situation you have what you want to find out. You want to find out the value of RL. So you want to take the readings of voltmeter as well as the ammeter. So what will be the voltmeter reading? It will be the sum of the voltage measured across ammeter and the voltage across RL. RG is what? You can mention this as RA also for your convenience. RA is the resistance of ammeter and RV is the resistance of this voltmeter. Okay, you can mention here. Voltmeter. Okay, what will be the reading of voltmeter? You can write down here. Reading of voltmeter will be the sum of RA plus RL multiplied by IL. This is because this voltmeter is measuring across the terminal A and B. Across these terminal, VAB will be equivalent to IL RA plus RL. IL RA plus RL. And reading of ammeter, you can also write down here. Reading of ammeter will be, obviously it is IL. Obviously it is IL because commutator is connected in series with the load resistance. So whatever the current is will be flow through the resistance value. The same current will be flowing through the ammeter also because they are connected in the series. So what should be the measured value? The measured value will be the reading of voltmeter and the ammeter. So it will be IL RA plus IL divided by this IL. IN and IL will get cancelled. Okay, so you will get the value of RA plus RL. So this will be the measured value, but this is not the true value. You can also find out the error. What will be the percentage limiting error? What will be the percentage error? Percentage error will be equivalent to measured value minus true value multiplied by true value into 100. So measured value is equivalent to RA plus RL. RA plus RL minus true value is RL, because this is what? This is the true value. Okay, multiply by RL. Okay, RL and RL will get cancelled. So what you will get now? You will get percentage error will be equivalent to RA upon RL. This will be the case. So if you want to find out, if you want to low error, then RL value should be high. Okay, so this is the range. This have the range 0 to 1 ohm. So in this range, this method can be used because of higher range. RL value should be high to get low value of resistance. Or you can also say, if you want to find out the low error, okay, if you want to have low error while measuring the resistance value, then RL value should be greater than RA. Okay, so this is case 1 when ammeter is connected near to the load. So here you can notice when ammeter is connected near to the load, okay, then what happens. And now if I connect voltmeter, because in both the methods I have to take the readings of ammeter and voltmeter, and I have to connect both the devices, whatever the case I want to prefer. Okay, So what happens when I connect voltmeter near to the load? Then what happens? We are going to see also that. Now this ammeter will not be connected here. This ammeter, okay, you can shift this voltmeter to this side. You can shift this voltmeter to this side. You can take this ammeter here. This will be the voltmeter. The resistance of this voltmeter is mentioned mentioned as RV. The resistance of ammeter is mentioned this. This is the reading of I, and this is the current flowing through the load resistance RL, and this is the current flowing through the voltmeter IV. When voltmeter is connected near to the resistance, and this is case number second, and remaining all will remain like this. Okay, now here what happens, you want to take the readings of voltmeter as well as you want to take the readings of ammeter. In the last you want to take the ratio of voltmeter to ammeter to get the resistance value. Okay, so what should be the, now in this case this voltmeter is measuring true value because it is directly connected across the load resistance RL, but this ammeter is not directly connected in series with the RL. This ammeter will also measure the current flowing into the voltmeter. Okay, so here this ammeter will be responsible to have error in the last, and in the earlier case voltmeter was responsible. Now here ammeter is responsible. So what will be the reading of voltmeter? You can write down here. Reading of voltmeter will be equivalent to IL multiplied by RL. Okay, and reading of ammeter will be equivalent to IV plus IL. Reading of ammeter will be equivalent to IV plus IL. So here from this point, if you multiply by KCL, that's why I have covered KCL and KVL in the network theory lectures. You can also go through those lectures by just typing network theory. Okay, and you can also find out those lectures in our playlist. Okay, I have mentioned what is actually nodal analysis, how can we use the nodal analysis method while solving the questions. Now here we can apply the KCL rule here, that is Kirchhoff's current law, that says sum of the current entering or outgoing at a node is always equal to 0. If you are taking incoming current as a positive, and then you have to take outgoing current as a positive, or vice versa. You can also take, if you want to take incoming current as a negative, then by default you have to take outgoing current as a positive. So from point A we have to apply KCL at A, Kirchhoff's current law at point A. Okay, where you can write down I is equal to IV plus IL. Okay, so here I is equal to IV plus IL. IV is what? V upon RV plus IL V upon RL. Now here you can take common V, and you have to take this V under I. I upon V will be equivalent to 1 upon RV upon 1 upon RL. What is actually I upon V? You know very well, RM, measured value, because you want to take the reading of V and I. So obviously V upon I will be RM. So I upon V will be 1 upon RM. So this term is 1 upon RM. You can write down here. 1 upon Rm will be equivalent to 1 upon Rv plus 1 upon RL. So from here you can write down 1 upon RV. 1 upon RV will be equivalent to 1 upon RM minus 1 upon RL. So here 1 upon RV will be equivalent to, take LCM of this term, RM RL, LCM will be RM into RL. So here it will be RL minus RM. So what is actually in the last, what do you take? Measured value minus true value. So it is true value minus measured value, so you have to take minus as a common to make RM minus RL term. Okay, because this term is somewhat going to used in the upcoming steps. So here 1 upon RV equivalent to minus RM minus RL upon RM RL. 1 upon RV will be equivalent to minus RM minus RL upon RM RL. So this term will be equivalent to minus RM RL will be equivalent to minus RM RL upon RV. And you also know that we are actually covering low resistance value, so the RL value may be somewhat equivalent to, here you can understand the RM value may be somewhat equivalent to RV. I think, let me take, okay, so this will be the RM minus RL upon RM RV, RM RL upon RV. Now you can find out the percentage error also. Percentage error will be equivalent to measured value minus true value divided by those true value. So what will be the measured value is RM minus RM RL upon RV. Okay, and the true value is RL. Okay, so you can take RV. Okay, RM minus RL upon RL true value multiply by 100. So the value will be equivalent to minus RM RL upon RV minus RM RL upon RV multiply by RL. Okay, here RL and RL will get cancelled. And you will get minus RM upon RV. So this will be the error. This will be error. Here if RV will be high, then error will be low. Okay, if RV will be higher, then error will be lower. Okay, so when the voltmeter resistance value, okay, is greater than the ammeter resistance value, the voltmeter resistance value is greater than the ammeter resistance value, then you can take this method. When ammeter resistance value, okay, this is ammeter resistance value. Okay, if RM is lower, then also error will be lower. So you can understand from this point when the voltmeter has a resistance greater than the value of the unknown resistance, then this method can be used. So this was somewhat basic about ammeter voltmeter method. In the next lecture we will cover the example based on this method, ammeter voltmeter method. This is the derivation. This is little bit tough derivation, okay. And in examinations, actually case number 1, okay, is more preferred, but from concept point of view we have to also cover case number 2. So this was a brief history of ammeter voltmeter method. When ammeter is connected near to the unknown resistance and voltmeter is connected near to the unknown resistance, these are the two cases we have derived those derivations, okay. And what actually is the final formula came from minus Rm upon Rv. When ammeter is connected near to the load resistance, then error formula is Ra upon Rl, okay. When voltmeter is connected near to the resistance, then formula becomes minus R upon Rv, okay. So you have to remember these two formulas. So in the next lecture we will cover example based on this based on these two numeric based on these two subcategories, okay. And we will also cover Kelvin's double bridge, okay. Thank you so much.